Hello and welcome to IDEMIUM Endpoint Privilege Management demo. Endpoint Privilege Management, or EPM for short, is all about least privilege on your Windows and macOS workstations. You can safely remove local admin rights to protect your organization. If a user is not a local admin, she cannot make changes to Program Files folder, cannot kill system processes for security software, cannot make changes to protected registry hives, and more. This obviously makes your organization more secure. However, the weakness of removing local admin rights is that users still need to have admin permissions from time to time, especially when they update, use, or install business applications. With IDEMIUM EPM, you can apply rules to automatically elevate certain applications or system actions without granting users permanent admin rights. Let's see how this works. This is one of my Windows workstations where I'm logged in as a standard user mic. What I need to do right now is to install Adobe Acrobat. If I try to do this, I am going to be blocked because this operation requires admin credentials, which I don't have. So at this point, I need to reach out to my IT team. Let's see how this will work with IDEMIUM. Right now, I'm going to my IDEMIUM management plane. I will search for this workstation, and I will turn on Endpoint Privilege Management, and I'll put it into Rules mode. What's going to happen, IDEMIUM will now intercept the request, and it will give users certain options. In this case, it's allowing me to request this application from my IT team. The IT team will receive a notification, email, mobile push, and we can even create tickets in your ticketing system. But let's explore how you can automatically elevate this application in this case. If I navigate to events, I can see that the user Mike is trying to install Adobe Reader. This is certainly a legitimate application. First of all, it's a verified publisher, and the publisher name is Adobe, and you can see all the metadata for this application. What I'm going to do right now is to create a simple rule. I'm going to call this Reader, and I will match on the file name, and I'll use a regex to make sure that I'm only matching file names that include Reader in the file name. And I will also ensure that this file is legitimately signed by Adobe, and inside the publisher certificate, Adobe is actually the signing organization. I will make sure that this application will automatically elevate, and we will use admin elevation to make sure it's transparent for the user. Once I save this rule and I try to launch this application right now, what's going to happen, this application will be automatically elevated and it will start installing. If you are a technician and you need to troubleshoot this workstation for the user, you can leverage what's called a technician mode. A technician mode is the mode where you authenticate with the mobile app without any passwords, which I'm going to do right now. Take my mobile app and approve with Face ID to perform a multi-factor authentication. I will go into technician mode. It's a time-based mode that will bypass any rules, and it will allow me to carry out any actions on this workstation without restrictions. So if I, for whatever reason, I want to launch Edge as an admin, this application and elevation will be performed and will be allowed. So I can quickly go back to user mode to make sure all the restrictions and rules are applied again. We offer similar experience on macOS workstations. If I try to use my macOS workstation right now and I try to add a user, so this is a privileged action that requires elevation. So if I try to add the user, we will intercept this request. And for the purposes of demonstration, let's see how the request and approval flow with the notification works. So I'm going to request this action. And as you can see on the right, I received a notification to my mobile app that shows me all the information about what's happening, who the customer is, who the user is, what application is being requested. If I want to approve this once, for the user, I simply approve with my mobile, and right now the user will receive a notification and the user can now quickly go and carry out this action without any restrictions. IDEMIUM is very simple and easy to deploy. You can grab a PowerShell command for your Windows workstations. We also offer silent deployment for macOS with a bash script and the profile to enable all the privacy settings. We integrate with various deployment tools and ticketing systems such as Halo, PSA, ConnectWise, and more. So we can create elevation request tickets in your ticketing system and you can respond to them right from your ticketing system. What is more, we offer various elevation modes where you can elevate as an admin or as a user, which is very important in domain environments where a user account or action needs to be elevated in the admin context. For compliance purposes, we allow you to discover all admin accounts in your environments, and if you want, you can manage them, downgrade or delete right from the cloud. What is more, you can also enable elevation control and auto downgrade accounts in your environment. So IDEMIUM agent will automatically check all local admin accounts and it will downgrade them automatically to make sure that your computers are adhering to your compliance requirements. What is more, IDEMIUM is tightly integrated with our other products such as allow listing, where we're combining allow listing and endpoint privilege management in one. You can control what applications are allowed to run, and if these applications are allowed to run, you can control if these applications are allowed to elevate. If you want to learn more, navigate to idemium.com, watch our demos, or let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.